everybody, I'm back for the third part of the envelope, the 7-window envelope, and this is what I'm doing to the one I made in part 1. I was thinking about the window, and I was thinking about all the different ways we work how to get around the window and keeping the shape. Obviously a lot of the time we're putting our work over and we're putting doilies over and stuff like that that can really help to sort of not disguise the window but keep the window there as much as possible. And I thought I'd have a play with putting napkin down, not wetting this bit and then pulling the napkin away. So you can see I've got a sort of it's a tattered edge, but I've got as much window showing still as possible. I still don't think it's perfect. I mean, obviously maybe a die to cut a window out and then cover it might be the best way. But this was my little experiment. So I'll show you how I did it on the actual one. I've done a little bit on the one I made already. Let's see. I really like I'm actually just having fun playing with this napkin at the moment. It does have a bit of a red ridged edge, so I'm trying to use this middle bit, but it doesn't, I mean, it's not really terrible if this part goes down either though. Alright. So this is still wet and drying. Alright, so I'm going to use this side. I've already done some and some's a bit wet, and this has got the pocket here and it's got the window. So I'm using a 50-50 Mod Podge and water mix. It's just a bit thinner. Of course, obviously it's also a bit wetter, so that's not always great with the paper. Gets a little bit more buckled. And I'm just starting one end, taking the backing off so there's only one layer of napkin here. And I'm just going to go through, and I'm not going to go over that window, I am just going around the edge. Make sure I got quite a bit of that there. Okay, a bit fiddly here. So this is the fiddly part. See where the edge is? You can see that it starts to tear away. Now some people might be really good at doing this without lots of little lines through it, but there you go. It's art. It's being who we are. See, as it so sometimes that happens. Of course it happened when I was demonstrating. Of course. Okay, so sometimes little things happen, but as the napkin gets wet it's much easier to move this around a bit. Now, where's our window? There. All right. Let's get this down here. Okay. Oh. Well, all sorts of things are going on today. Every time I try to record, something happens. It's just one of those sorts of days. Once we start to get the shape of the window, it helps a lot. Just peeling it gently back. Yes, it is fiddly. Bunching up a bit. Come on. I'm going to pull that away without it ripping too much more. we're just sealing that. Now there's nothing wrong, of course. See that bit there that's missing? There's going to put a little bit more on. Now this is wet, so this is why I haven't done all of it, because I have to actually let each bit dry. Now as it dries you can peel some of these a bit off. I don't mind the raggedy ends. There. Also, let me just a little bit of water on towel just to get any excess glue off here. Clean up that window before it dries. I've noticed over here I did this in a hurry and didn't look at that, and the glue's coming off though, even though it's dried a bit. It is only a 50% mix, so you know it's not too bad. I'll just put something in here after to help that dry, but I'm just thinking this part I'd like to do a little bit more on because it looks a bit empty. Here we go. There we go. Nails come in handy sometimes. Just get a bit of that glue off. Right, I am going to let that sit and dry because there's a few wet bits before I turn over and do this other side, and I'll be back. Okay, so this side is dried and been done. And I've just done this off camera just for speed. So these bits are drying and I'll have to come back when they've finished drying. One thing I just wanted to note, so these are all fine because this is just the normal pocket with the window and I showed you how to do that. This one was just a little bit trickier. I did the strip across here and down and then took the window out. And then this is another little pocket, so I did a strip across here and then I did a strip across here. You could probably have just done the whole thing and just cut the holes. I'm sure I didn't close them and couldn't reopen them. Okay, so that's that for that bit, and I'll be back in 1 second when it's dried to do these two little bits. Right, so I've just, what I've done is taken a napkin and I've just used a bit of normal copy paper, photocopy paper, and I've adhered it to this because I felt that it was going to be a little bit hard to put into the pockets. I'll just show you, this is almost dry. I felt it was going to be a little bit hard to get them in there. So I'm going to cut them, just cut around and get rid of the excess. Now I just want to mark it with a pencil. So it's going to slide in. And let's see. About to there. You can tell 2 videos in one day. It's fatigued me. This way. This depth is going to fit for both sides. See, it's just a little bit more solid, just a bit easier to slip in, says she, curling the corner. All right, now, where's the line? There it is. And I'm just going to imagine that it's probably going to fit exactly the same here. Yeah, so I just need 2 of those. I'm thinking I'm going to use, what am I going to use? I think I might just use some glitter glue for that. A little bit messy than the Mod Podge, needing to dry. I hope you can see all right. It's getting a bit dark in here now. It's the end of the day. Been going all day. Oh, yeah, I did stop for lunch. Alright, so it's plenty covered with napkin now. Okay, so I'm just checking. This is just needing to be opened a little bit. I think this one I did need to recut the edge because I folded the napkin over so it shut it, and I realised I was just going to have to get a slither off the edge to reopen that. Oh, there it is. Still a little bit damp, but for the most part it's a pocket that opens. That's still a pocket that opens. Pocket, pocket, pocket. That one's open. That's the front. That goes up there. Whoops, oh dear. That goes in there, that goes in there. That's the front. Yeah, that's the front and the back. And yes, it is there hanging off. You know what? It's going to, depending on what you do with it, it could go into anything. So I think I'll leave it with you whether you decide to do that or that. I imagine that I might put a little notch or something there, because that's the other side for the window, and some elastic or some sari silk or something around it. But for now, that's this. I'm going to do a part 4 because I now need to decorate this, but I've been just going all day, and I think I'll stop and have a little rest and come back fresh tomorrow with some new ideas. Okay, thanks for watching, and I hope you're enjoying this series, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.